All right, welcome back this morning, man. Hope you guys had a wonderful Monday. Back, I had to take yesterday off. I was a little bit drained after the weekend. I hope everything's going well with y'all. Make sure, yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm on. Make sure I'm on. Da-da-da-da-da. Should be on. Okay, yeah, cool. We on. All right, man. So what's going on? Post drama. Last video we're gonna do on this last conversation I'm gonna be having on this Deontay Wilder stuff. Dwayne Jones, what's going on, man? King Jr. in the building, what's going on, man? Michael Kirkland, what's happening with you, man? Is anybody who was a Deontay Wilder fan, are they over the are y'all over the drama and disappointment in the outcome of the fight this weekend? And hopefully all of the trolls have gotten all that stuff out of their system, man, so we can start talking boxing. My man Pugilism Nino Brown says, salute, what's going on, man? Black fans, what's going on this morning? Say, good morning, champ. Good morning to you, man. Dragging a little bit, man. Dragging a little bit this morning, I can't lie. Karma Boxing and MMA, what's going on, man? Arce Boxing Life says, salute, good brother. Salute to you, man. Salute to you. So what's next, man? What's next in the heavyweight division, man? I was listening to Andre Ward talk about Tyson Fury and how Tyson Fury doesn't need to fight anybody anymore. He's set as the top of the division. He can retire if he wants. All of that stuff, man. And I certainly hope that that's not the truth. Also, Deontay Wilder ain't retiring. So say good morning, Martin. I'd like to see Fury versus King Kong, Ortiz, or Sanchez before Usyk, but only in my dreams. I know Wilder can still beat guys that he needs, but he needs a real trainer, in my opinion, a Buddy McGirt type. I mean, I think that I don't think that you're going to see Tyson Fury against King Kong or Sanchez or anything like that, and you're probably not going to see him against Usyk either. I think that they'll probably wait until, well, I don't know, man, maybe the Usyk fight. I don't know, man. That's it. I mean, it's kind of like that's it for him. I don't think there's really anything else out there, man, other than the fight with Other than that fight with Anthony Joshua for the UK. But with the Deontay Wilder, I think it's pretty much settled who the best heavyweight is with him beating Deontay Wilder again. Now if he's just going to be a champion, I think he should do what champions do, which is fight whoever continue to fight. You know what I mean? There was a point in time when Muhammad Ali proved that he was the best fighter in the world, and you still got to fight. You still got to fight, man. That's where I come from. Well, that's what I think about it. I think he needs to continue to fight people. And Deontay Wilder is still is going to be a big name. I think he's probably going to be a better fighter after that stuff because he's learned to fight, because at least he's gone through with why he's got to learn to fight on the inside, man. What? Jack Staley. I posted a picture in my group chat. All the girls said your face was busted. Your face looks horrible. You're terrible. Dog, first of all, man, let's tell you something right now, dog. You ain't got no girls, dog. Any dude with a group of girls that he can talk to that shows the pictures of another, you ain't got no girls, man. Your face is busted. You think you're gonna convince me that I'm ugly because some fictional broads because some fictional females that you say man, come on, man. You ain't got no girls, man. Don't lie, dog. Your face is busted. Yeah, damn. Your face looks terrible. Jesus, man. Grow up, man. Hey, dude, go to school. Ain't you supposed to go to school? Tell your mama right now to come get you away from this computer, okay? You ain't supposed to be on the computer. You're not supposed to be on the computer this morning, man. I know you got to go brush your teeth, wash your ass, and go to school. Okay, child. He said, white is next. Yeah, maybe white is next. Tyson Fury don't be listening to people, man. You know what I mean? Hopefully. I don't, man. We'll take it, man. God dog, man. What's wrong with you, man? Oh, all right, I already throw it out, man. Andrew Gray said, watching the scripting college video about Fury knockdown and the slow count, man, that shit ain't worth watching. I mean, I'm not gonna diss anybody's video, but I ain't in the mood for that. I'm gonna tell you just straight up with all the slow count and all that, man. That's no better than all those videos about that came out after Manny Pacquiao lost to Floyd Mayweather with the slow count, with the slow-mo video and all that stuff. I mean, dude, Tyson Fury more than likely could have got up if he was counting faster. Just be honest. He didn't look that out of it, and he was looking up at the guy, and he was counting. Maybe he would have had more time at the end of the round to, to go after him, see if he could try to knock him down again. I mean, I can't say. I mean, I don't know about that, but I don't think there's much. I don't think there's much to it, man, at all, man. The Boxing King Archive said, for non-boxing, after the smoke cleared, I rewatched the fight. I have 2 words for Wilder and Fury. It was epic. It was epic and legendary. Yeah, it was a great fight, man. It was absolutely a great fight. And, man, that's what you guys get who hate on Deontay Wilder like that. If that dude was a bum, he could not have put up that type of fight, man. It doesn't work. You know what I mean? Like, I hope you guys get that man his credit. And don't hang on the fact that he didn't say congratulations to Tyson Fury after the fight. That's nitpicking, dude. Tyson Fury talked so bad about Deontay Wilder, and he talked really bad about him before the last fight, right? Run around calling the dude a dosser and a bum and all that shit. That sells the fight and all that. But, man, cats ain't got to like you after you talk all that shit to them. Ali and Frazier had a really great fight together, and Frazier never liked the dude after that, man. He never liked him, never appreciated him being called a gorilla, none of that stuff. It's just some people don't take to that, man. All that shit talking Tyson Fury was doing, Ron Miller said Fury was following the refs count. It's the refs count that matters, not the timers. Yeah, I mean, yeah, and I just ain't in the mood for all of that, man. You know what I mean? At this point in time, the man proved, my opinion, I never pushed any racist narrative. Get the fuck out of my life, man. You guys just lie, man. Let me tell you, man, you're not going to just come in here and lie, all right? First and foremost, I never even picked a winner in the fight because I was pretty sure, because I had a good idea what was going to happen, man. And I didn't want to put any energy out like that because I'm a Deontay Wilder supporter. But no, man, I have never pushed whatever race stuff, defending, representing, and supporting black fighters. I still push that, man. You guys need to grow up, dude. I mean, like, seriously, man. Just go away, man. You know what I mean? Like, coming in here looking for shit, dude. I see you tacky asses, but guess what? Dude, you guys don't know boxing. I said this, and I said it before, and I'm saying it now. You all don't know boxing. So the next guy that you're talking all that shit about is going to lose, and you're going to be right back in the same situation you were before you lucked up and jocked Tyson Fury. It's not like you knew what you were looking at, because if you knew what you were looking at, you'd be calling other fights right. You know what I mean? But you don't on a regular, consistent basis. You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. You're ugly. That shit. You're ugly, and you were in here pushing that race. Man, I didn't push racial shit. You guys pushed that crap. And I tell you about you pushing that crap. That ain't on me, man. That's on you all, man. You know what I mean? But yeah, that's the best they got. I showed your face to a group of girls, and they said your face was busted. Man, I ain't trying to date your 13-year-old friends, you little kid. Get the fuck out of my face. What do I care? And on top of it, what do I care what they think I look like? Seriously. Man, I had problems. I've had problems in my life. Still got problems in my life. Dog, being ugly ain't one of them. So go find something else. Call me fat. Call me broke. Call me something else. Okay? You know what I mean? Boxing King, exact. Young Jesus 91 said, every nationality supports their fighters, but when blacks support black fighters, it's a racial thing. Yeah, I mean, because these dudes, here's the thing, man. Whatever little racist white dudes there are out there, don't have very many that like boxing, don't really have a lot of people. They don't really have a lot of people to root for. So they pretty much live their time insulting other people. That's what they do. And there's a whole group of people that matter of fact, I don't really care about the fans. I'm talking about there's boxing channels that pretty much just live off insulting black boxing fans. And any particular person black boxing fans get behind and support, you got channels by black dudes that do that shit. I'm like, man, will you please take the boot out your lip, dude, and step the fuck? You know what I'm saying? Like, man, if you don't like what other people, if you don't like what other people's point of views are, how about you just share your point of view and keep other people's names out of it? And just comment on what you think the case is, instead of trying to instead of trying to, what do you call that shit? Pander to a bunch of racists, which is what you're doing, dog. And I ain't saying your name, man, but God, dog, man, will you please pull that? Will you please pull up that lip, dog? You got flopping around like that, man. It never pays off for those. It never pays off, dude. In about 6 months, you're going to want to support somebody, and the whole same people you think are riding with you and all that shit are going to turn on you the first time you actually try to support or say something that you really think, man. When you try to get up from underneath that, all that, let me hate on other channels and put other people's channels in my name, names in my videos so I can get them off. That type of shit is tired, man. I'm telling you, man. Silo Science said black fighters during the turn of the century was exploited and underpaid. I'm going to support black fighters, and you can call it what you want, win, lose, or draw. Yeah, man, that's what I'm talking about. And there ain't no problem with it, man. You want to, and here, how about you just want to support Deontay Wilder? What's wrong with seriously, man? What's wrong with thinking Deontay Wilder was going to win a fight? And what's wrong with supporting Deontay Wilder even if he loses a fight? What's wrong with it? You're a boxing fan, man. You're a boxing fan, and you dudes resort to the most ridiculous personal attacks, man. And then just to try to get all these clowns around you guys. It's just disgusting, man. I'm telling you. And honestly, when I sit back, I don't want to say I sit back and laugh, but I sit back and wait for that shit for that hammer to fall, man. I sit back and wait for that hammer to fall, because I'm trying to tell you, the second that you try to support a black fighter or you say something out of line with them dudes, dog, they're gonna call you every kind of monkey. They're gonna go all in on you, man. Just like they did these other dudes that used to be that way. Same old way, man. Salty Samson is laughing. What you laughing about, man? Mayweather was not underpaid. He began his career underpaid. He wasn't underpaid once he got away from Tyson when he got away. You know what I mean? Claire Dunn said Deontay Wilder is a true warrior and champion. Absolutely, man. And honestly, man, so is Tyson Fury. I'm going to tell you, that motherfucker is a tough-ass dude, man. No joke about it, dude. That's a tough fighter. Very, very skilled fighter who honestly, man, at this point in time, you know, I still say that motherfucker dirty. But, hey, it is what it is, man. That dude absolutely positively deserves to be called the best fighter in the world. Really, because he's a heavyweight. That's the best fighter. Tyson Fury is the best fighter in the world, and he deserves full credit for that. That was not an easy fight, man. That was not an easy fight, man, for him. And he overcame it. He's a better man. You know what I mean? Michael Kirkland said Wilder doesn't work through his legs enough. If you don't have legs, you get tired like he did. Well, you know, it is what it is, man. Frankie Shirley, Fannon needs a straitjacket. Yeah, okay, great. Give me my straitjacket, dog. You pay for it and send it on over. I'll put it on. Gay. Dog, you need a new boyfriend, dog. That nigga ain't doing what you want him to do. Something, sissy. Can't stand y'all bastards. I swear, man, y'all gonna have me start talking about y'all real bad, dog. Seriously. Y'all gonna have me talking real bad about you, man. I've really tried to turn over a leaf and not talk about people too bad, dog. But on the real, y'all need to go away, man, with the personal insults. Is that the best you can do, man? Because you can't find something that I said. You said he was gonna win. You said he was gonna win. What's going on, Michael Wright? Chilling, man. Karma Boxing MMA. Do you think Tyson gave a fair fight? Yeah. I think he gave a fair fight from everything that I could see. Deontay Wilder had MX gloves on. He had puncher's glove on, and you could see Deontay Wilder needs to stick with that, man. Damian Daly said, man, you got me dying, man. Leave them haters alone, man. I'm just trying to tell you, dog. This dude got on here talking about how he went to, listen to this. You tell me this dude ain't no sweetie pie? Dude to say, I took a picture of yours and I showed it to all my girlfriends online and they said that your face is busted. Hey, get out of here, man. You know what I mean? What do I care, man? What do I care what your RuPaul ass friends got to say about how I look, dog? What you want to put on some lipstick or something? You know what I'm saying? What do you think I need to, you know, what I need to do, man? Put some facial moisturizer on, man? Get the fuck out of my face, man. With all that cornball shit, man. You know what I mean? Damian Lillard said, "Do sound real swag Pop-Tart type." Exactly, man. Man, get the fuck up out of here. You know what I mean? Man, look, hey, Ricardo Moreno, they weren't last week. You know what I mean? Wasn't last weekend. Tyson Fury, Tyson Fury, the best fighter in boxing, man. He's the biggest dude in boxing, and hey, man, I can't nobody beat him, man. You got to give that dude his credit, you know? King Boxing, the Boxing King Archive said, "Fannon, what's your opinion on Fury dipping his hand in petroleum oil to harden them? I heard people actually do this. Is it illegal in boxing? I have no idea, man, and I don't have any thoughts on that, man. Honestly, man, I don't have any thoughts on that, man. None. You know what I mean? The fight is over. Tyson Fury won the fight. It ain't really much to say other than that, man. Other than just to be like, all right, man, so who's next? What's next for Deontay Wilder? Is he going to continue to fight? Tyson Fury, who is this dude going to try to fight? And that's it, man. It's just like any other boxing match we've ever had. You know, you go on. The last month it was, what was my man's name? Manny Pacquiao and Yordenis Ugas. You had a whole bunch of people running around talking about how Manny Pacquiao was going to beat Errol Spence and how I was a Manny Pacquiao hater because of this, that, and the other thing. And Manny Pacquiao lost. Didn't harp on it. Just said, look, I told you, Manny Pacquiao's 190 years old, man. What do you think? What do you think is going to happen? You think that dude's just going to keep winning forever? You know what I'm saying? You think it's just an like age don't matter with him, dog? I said he's going to lose to I said that more than likely I'm betting on Yordenis Ugas to win that fight just because of the age factor. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. Young Jesus said, "I say Mexicans dominate boxing at the moment, but black fighters aren't far off." Nah, we got more champs, homie. I don't think anybody's dominating them. I don't think any one group of people is dominating, but we got more champions than Mexicans do. So I would say, if anything, it would be black Americans that have the best fighters. That's why I still maintain we got the best fighters. I don't care what those pound for pound lists and all that stuff say. We got a shitload of fighters they won't even really let get put on. You know what I mean? Dwayne Jones in the bell said, "What do you think about AJ's chances against Wilder and Fury? Also, is Joshua even a top 5 these days?" I think that Anthony Joshua and Deontay Wilder be a very good fight. I like that fight. I like that fight a lot, and I hope that fight actually happens. I got Deontay Wilder winning that fight. I think it just kind of depends on how much is left in Deontay Wilder after these wars he just had, because he just had back-to-back wars that can really affect a fighter. But nah, I don't think AJ can beat Fury. And really, honestly, man, I think we need to talk more about Usyk. You know, because Usyk is a very, very good fighter, man. Now, Andre Ward says Usyk is, he's too small. Tyson Fury's too big and he's too skilled. And more than likely, Tyson Fury can win that fight from the outside because Usyk doesn't necessarily have the length. But at the same time, dog, I think you need to have a fight. I don't just, I think you just had a fight, man. That's what I think. Terrell Jackson says, "Salute Fannon. I think Fury needs to defend his title at least 5 times to be considered the best, considered the best heavyweight." Nah, I think he's the best heavyweight now, but I agree with your premise that he needs to defend his title before people, so that you can see what he does. That's where I disagree with Andre Ward, because I'm like, man, at that, you got to be able to defend multiple times, man, and go in and out of training camps and have people deal with actually winning and fighting multiple times. I don't like when we hear talk about cats just not fighting anybody. You know what I mean? Like, we just don't, it's almost like you don't want to hear anything about like, oh, it's over. Tyson Fury doesn't need to do anything else in his career. Yeah, he does, man. He needs to defend his title. He needs to defend his title and continually prove that he's the best fighter. And I don't know what's wrong with that, because that's how people used to do it. They won the heavyweight title or they won whatever their title, and they keep on pushing. Boxing King Maz, let me ask you a question, dog. How long do you think your gloating gonna last, dog? He's a king of excuses. Look, man, the dude lost the fight, man. Why don't you be gracious? Why don't you be gracious and have some class about yourself? How about you do that? All right. You guys have come around here now, and I hope you guys see, y'all didn't get to play that shit with me, because I told you ahead of time, dog. I'm going to support Deontay Wilder. And I'm going to support Deontay Wilder in the next fight because that's my guy. And I want and I want Deontay Wilder to win. However, I know full well how good a fighter Tyson Fury is. Even without the cheating, I know how good a fighter he is. And I can give that man credit. So you guys floated around for like 3 or 4, a whole week before this fight, talking about where's your excuses? What's your excuse gonna be? And then when nobody gives you any excuses, you won't shut up. You can't have it both ways, dog. What excuses you gonna make? Nobody made any excuses. So shut up. And you got your credit. We said, man, the better man won. Your guy was the better man. You were right, we were wrong. But that ain't enough, huh? You want to sit around and float. You want to sit around and try to gloat, dog. You can't gloat after somebody says you're right. You just, what am I going to do now? That's what you guys look like. What am I going to do now? They said we were right. My guy won, and they're not arguing about it. Oh, I don't know who else is arguing about it. I ain't heard nobody arguing about it. I heard people giving that man his credit, unlike y'all who wouldn't give Deontay Wilder credit for nothing. CRB1 said, Wilder Ruiz is a great fight, but Wilder can't wait till May to have that fight. It'll be 10 months out of the ring, post 20 months out, and he's 36 on Monday. Damn, he's 36? Yeah, wow, okay, yeah, it's about time. Much love in that super chat, man. Thank you for the support, man. My man said, bomb squad to this day. Exactly, dog. Exactly. Bomb squad to this day. RSA Boxing Life said, good brother, I appreciate your video yesterday about Jermell. He's making it hard to continue to support him. Well, I would support him. He's just an idiot. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's some people that shouldn't be doing all that talking. And Jermell Charlo is one, man. What are you talking about, dog? Like, everybody that said, everybody that's supporting Deontay Wilder was supporting you, man. You know what I mean? Like, we're supporting, dude, all I can say, I'm supporting Jermell. And I didn't appreciate that Jermell is sitting there shitting on an American fighter, man. It ain't about whether the dude got the skills or not, man. Everybody can tell that Deontay Wilder was throwing wide punches, man. People ain't blind or stupid. They know what's going on, man. But they're supporting their fighter. Dude, you sitting up there trying to clown on fan bases and calling them broke. Dog, you are not, dog. You know, you got money. Bro, but you ain't Bill Gates now. Why don't you slow up, homie? Deontay Wilder just made everything you've made in your entire career, probably times 4 or 5 or 6, because people supported him, man. And people want to support you, and we're supporting you, man. And okay, I think I'll continue to support Jermell Charlo, but it's like, man, just shut up. Who want to hear that shit, man? You know what I mean? Seriously, man. Nah, Fury got some skills, dog. No joke. I saw those skills. Dude, Fury can fight on the inside, man. And for a dude with arms that long, man, that dude he's a very, very good inside fighter, man. He can fight on the outside. He can fight on the inside. He's very, very tough. Dog, he got dropped. Man, I'm telling you, that shot that dropped him was hellacious. And it was up close, too. That's them puncher's gloves, because he had them thin-ass gloves on. And he hit him right there, boom, and shook him big time. CRB1 said, fighters get old fast during the last 1/4 of their career if they're very inactive. The older they get, the more active they need to be, in my opinion. Man, that's fair. I hope he gets right back into it. I hope he gets right back in. You know? I'm sure he is, man. Robert Porter, Wilder is washed up. Which is it? I'm going to ask you a question. Is Deontay Wilder washed up, or is Tyson Fury the best heavyweight? Which one is it? On the real, which is it? Is Deontay Wilder washed up, or is Tyson Fury the best champion? Or is Tyson Fury the best boxer? Which is it? Because you can't have both, man. The guy can't run away. You can't run around and say that Tyson Fury is the best if he beat a guy that was washed up and had no skills. Right? It's pretty funny how y'all go both ways with that at the same time. You shit on a fighter, but give a guy credit for beating him. As if only time Deontay Wilder has skill is when he's looked at on the resume of somebody else. You know what I mean? What about the long count? Hey, Martin, what's good? Man, I do not care about that count. I don't care, man. It seemed to me like Tyson Fury, first of all, it is the ref. It's the ref's count. So if the ref was going along with the count and all that stuff, hey, man, that sucks, right? But really, it's a particular to the fight, man, that people can debate, but I just ain't in the mood to do it, man. Because Deontay Wilder, because I think Tyson Fury won that fight. You know what I mean? And after he got knocked down twice in the same round, he just got up in the next round and pushed on and continued. And then I could see a point in time in the fight, maybe around, I don't know when he get knocked out, 11, so maybe it was like round 9, where Tyson Fury took off, where he stopped punching for a while. And I was like, okay, yeah, he's more likely about to get him out of here because now he's resting, right? He's resting, just moving around, not letting his hands go, getting his energy back up. So, no, man, I just get a man his credit for the win, man. I think that's what he deserves. I think Tyson Fury deserves the credit for the win, and I'll get a man what he deserves. I'm not gonna be like these trolls with Deontay Wilder that refuse to get a man credit for anything he did. Right? Deontay Wilder beats Luis Ortiz, knocks out Luis Ortiz, and they give him absolutely no credit for doing it. It's like Luis Ortiz doesn't exist. Like Luis Ortiz isn't a good fighter. Like it just, don't tell me Luis Ortiz. You know what I mean? Like they just won't give it to him. So I don't want to be a hypocrite, man. You know what I mean? I'll be wrong before I'll be a hypocrite. I'm not into that, man. I don't want to do that, CRB1, okay, I got that, man. Let me get the one down here, man. I wanted Deontay Wilder to win. I had a feeling that he wasn't. And maybe that's why I'm a little more prepared for it. But nah, man, I'm gonna give Tyson Fury his credit, man. Pay Style said the cheating temple ear injury hurt Wilder's punch tolerance. He didn't gas, but being hit in the dent got his legs. This concerns me for future fights. Much love in that super chat, man. Hey, yeah, I mean, it is what it is, man. You said, Andrew Gray said you need more wrenches. I'm sure we're getting it, man. I can't see these bums. They don't bother me, man. Anybody that got a wrench, just clack, clack, clack. That's all good. CRB wants to remember when Cruiser went down to Top Gun, lost his partner, Goose. First thing they said was to get him back in the air ASAP or gun shyness will end him. Oh, no, man, I didn't know that, man. I never saw Top Gun, but hey, man, he got to do it. I don't think he's going to be gun shy, though. That's a champ, man. That's a tough dude. Deontay Wilder's a tough dude, man. Tough dude. You say the N-word on occasion, it'll slip out. I don't say it too often. It'll slip out. Absolutely, man. My daddy said it. I said I'll say it every once in a while. I don't say it I don't do it on a regular basis, but I'll say it every once in a while. Terrell King said, Fury damaged Wilder in the second fight with them loaded gloves. He'll never be the same in my opinion. Man, look, man, well, let's see. That's a lot of battle, but I'm serious, man. Tyson Fury might not be the same either. Because Tyson Fury, while you playing, got yapped. You know what I'm saying? And he's gotten yapped quite a few times on that dome, man. So maybe he needed to try to chill out too as well, Both fighters have chins and heart. It was a fight of the year. Absolutely, man. No doubt about it, man. Steve Taylor said, good morning, OG Fannon. What's going on, Steve Taylor? How you feeling, man? Can anybody in history beat Fury? Absolutely. Please don't do that shit. Please don't come in there with that shit. Now, even Tyson Fury had enough sense to do that, dog. 12-round fights, yeah, somebody's going to get Tyson Fury. Dude, if Tyson Fury fights enough now, you're going to do the same. Tyson Fury's going to lose now. Let him keep fighting. Telling you, let him keep fighting. An L is going to come, dog. That's just if you fight long enough, somebody's going to get your number. Whether it's Jared Anderson coming up behind him that gets a championship shot, or it's Dillian White lucking up and cracking him. Even though I'm telling you right now, I don't like Tyson Fury, but I'm rooting for him over Dillian White, dog. Dillian White, did you see that crap? Eddie Hearn tried to pull off. Real fans need to be calling for Tyson Fury versus Dillian White. No, they don't. Hey, man, Jay Stone said, the next fights I'm going with Plant and Tank. Yeah, man, we're going to start talking about them soon. Trust me. I wanted to give the trolls one more again. And after that, dog, I'm done. You know what I'm saying? I ain't rapping on this for the rest of forever. Chris McClain, much love in that super chat. He said, AJ was scared of Andy in the second fight. scared of Usyk in the entire fight. AJ will be terrified versus Wilder. Yeah, man. I think Deontay Wilder needs to just an easy pickings fight. No joke. He needs an easy pickings fight. Easy pickings. Easy pickings. And going out there and knock the dude out. Maybe take 2 easy picking fights and then come back towards one at a time and let it sort itself out. Because Deontay Wilder for sure is getting another shot. If he continues to fight, he'll get another shot. Because he just needs to let that shit work itself out between Usyk and Tyson Fury and them. Once that shit works out, if he takes a couple fights, with Malik Scott, gets everything together, he'll be good, man. You know what I mean? He'll get another championship shot, and it'll be a big comeback story for him. Eddie Hearn said Wilder was traumatized. Please, man, Eddie needed shit. Eddie ain't got, man, Eddie, you out the ball game, man. Eddie, you out the ball game, homie. You know what I'm saying? You're out the ball game, man. You ain't got no fighters at the top. So shut up. You know what I mean? My man, David Usain Israel said, remember when T'Challa got beat by Killmonger? Wilder will come back better and need to train for stamina. Bomb squad. Absolutely, man. Bomb squad, dog. Absolutely. Bomb squad, dog. Let me see something. Let me move Bub up here, man. Who's an easy pickings fight for Wilder? Dillian White. Easy peasy, dog. Easy peasy. Richard Hill said, facts, Noop. He needs an easy fight for his confidence. Yeah, there's a bunch of easy heavyweights out there, man. Adam Kwanacki. Adam Kwanacki. Put him in there against Adam Kwanacki. Just let him get let him get against a guy that was recently knocked out. Put him in there against Pineda. Like Tyson Fury had 2 easy fights. Deontay Wilder didn't take any easy fights. Tyson Fury took 2 easy fights. And more than likely, Tyson Fury is going to take another couple easy fights before he takes anybody up, man. Do you think Riddick Bowe would have beaten Tyson Fury? I don't know, man. It'd be a good fight. I think Riddick Bowe is a very highly skilled fighter. Lennox Lewis, I think, probably would beat. I think Lennox Lewis would beat him. I don't know, man. Look, Tyson Fury, I don't know. He's a really big dude, man. He's a really big dude. So it's going to be somebody that's a very skilled fighter getting on the inside and fighting on the inside. And as long as that somebody's able to get onto the inside and fight on the inside against him and can clock him, you don't know. I mean, dude, Ernie Shavers might touch that dude. I don't know, man. He's a big dude, though. Vitaly Klitschko, I'll take Vitaly Klitschko over him. That's who I think will beat him. Vitaly Klitschko is an extremely rough, awkward fighter. So the number 1 guy I think would beat him is probably Vitaly Klitschko. Paul S. This dude still talking? Why wouldn't I, dumbass? Why wouldn't I? What you think? The world ends because a fighter lost? Well, oh, you're still talking? Yeah, what am I supposed to do? You want me to shut up because Tyson Fury won a fight? You think the world stops because you might have been right once in your life? Man, kick rocks, Paul. Paul is an asshole. Get out of here, man. Bye, Paul. Nice knowing you, dog. This dude's still talking. Why wouldn't I be talking? Chris Lane in that super chat said Andy and White for his 2 easy fights. Yeah, absolutely, man. Get an easy fight, man. Absolutely, man. Get easy fights, man. Usyk is not big enough. Yeah, but he got to fight him. No, man, dude, he wasn't supposed to be big enough for Anthony Joshua. He was plenty big for Anthony Joshua. He just beat up a guy. He just beat up Anthony Joshua, and people said Anthony Joshua was too big. Let the guy fight, man. I'm telling you. Those little dudes, do I believe he cheated in fight? There's nothing to tell me that dude cheated in that fight. Nothing out there that I've seen tells me Tyson Fury cheated. You happy? You guys are dumb, man. I mean, seriously, dude. You guys tried to set that shit up. I just want to let you, because I know you're listening. Y'all tried to set me up all last week with these questions you guys were asking. And here are the two questions you guys tried to ask me all week so that you think you could have got away with something. What's your prediction for the fight? To the point of calling, what did y'all call me? You said that was, I was copping out. I wasn't copping out. The truth of the matter is, I thought Deontay, I agreed with Hakeem Rahman Jr. that Deontay Wilder could win the fight, but he had a very thin margin of error to win that fight. So I'm not making a prediction for a fight where I don't really know for sure that my prediction is right. Because there's trolls like y'all that want to come around all the time and talk about, you don't know nothing about boxing. So what I do is I'll just make sure that I call it right, which is I don't know. And truth of the matter is, I think there's a lot of people that really supported Deontay Wilder that had an idea how that fight was going to go off. But however, they're not like y'all. They're not bitches. So what they'll do is they'll support the guy that they were supporting. And when it's said and done, it is what it is. But I didn't give you that shit. So I don't know why you guys coming around here. And then the second thing you guys try to do was say, what's the excuse going to be? What's the excuse going to be? What's the excuse going to be? Dude, if you want to talk shit after the fight, don't give your arguments up the week before. There ain't going to be no excuses. I'm not like you. If my guy loses, I will tell you my guy lost. Period. I don't have a problem with that. I'm not going to try to tear the other guy down. I'm not going to act like the other guy doesn't deserve any credit. I'm not going to. The reason why I said Tyson Fury cheated in those fights is because Tyson Fury cheated in those fights. Tyson Fury's, that glove in that first fight, his jab didn't look anything like that in that last fight. You did not see a glove flopping around. It didn't happen because Tyson Fury had the gloves on his hand. Because he changed tactics. He got a different coach, changed tactics, and went forward. The two can exist at the same time. And that's no excuse. That's a fact. Sorry that y'all ain't going to get what you want because you not that smart, homie. You just not that smart. Frequent Flyer RC said, Martin, what if Usyk beats Fury? Then Usyk will be the undisputed champion. And Usyk would have proved that he's a better fighter than Tyson Fury. However, I will definitely say this right now. That fight needs to happen. I certainly hope people do not come with all this talk about how Tyson Fury does not need to fight Usyk. I hope not. And on top of it, I hope that we hear a bunch of conversation about how Anthony Joshua needs to step aside so we can see the fight. Shouldn't Anthony Joshua be stepping aside so we can see that fight? Isn't it time for Anthony Joshua to sit down and not fight and not fight so Alexander Usyk and Tyson Fury can have a fight that don't nobody pretty much want to see? Paul must be, without a doubt, dog. It's like, exactly. I showed all my girlfriends and all my girlfriends said, you're busted. Dude, this ain't 7th grade, dog. What your girls look like? You know what I mean? Get out of here. You won't show your face on camera. Get away, man. You know what I mean? Nate King said it's other channels making it worse with excuses, make Wilder look bad. Man, I haven't seen it. I haven't seen it. Every channel that I've paid attention to, honestly, that I care about, really, any channel, how can you not admit it? How can you not admit it? The man is the better fighter. Deontay Wilder himself said, I did my best. My best wasn't good enough. His trainer said, Tyson Fury, I always said Tyson Fury was very good, borderline great. Tyson Fury, now I'm going to say he's a great fighter. Deontay Wilder's a great fighter. Tyson Fury's a greater fighter. Man, when you win in the ring and you do it, people will give you your credit. Deontay Wilder ain't got to kiss Tyson Fury on his ass and say great fight and hug that dude. He has 100% right not to like that dude and tell that dude to kick rocks. All that let's be gentlemanly shit, get out of here. He doesn't got to do that shit. All he's got to do is do what he did, get in there and insist on getting the fight. Because first of all, Tyson Fury didn't want to give him the fight. Want to get him out of $40 million. Why should he be happy about a guy that tried to skip out of the fight to begin with and try to beat him out of $40 million worth of money? Because that's what Tyson Fury tried to do to Deontay Wilder. He tried to beat him out of $40 million and not even let him get the fight. Okay? Deontay Wilder had to get to court to get that money, and he got that money. So you can say what you want, all y'all bums, but Deontay Wilder got that money. Mission number one, all you guys talking about that is how much money did he make? How much money does he make, mate? Well, he made $40 million, mate. Nobody knows him, mate. Well, guess what? Everybody knows him now, mate. Mission accomplished for that man, dog. He ain't got nothing to be ashamed, nothing to be ashamed of, dog. Nothing to be ashamed of. And y'all don't like it. Why should he be ashamed? Larry Abraham Smith says, salute, Mr. Blackwell. I think they're going to try and sell us Fury Usyk next. I hope so. I want to see the fight. I don't mind that fight. Usyk's a good fighter, man. He deserves the fight. You know, he deserves more than just everybody saying, well, Tyson Fury's better. We don't need to see that fight. What a waste of time. Well, then Tyson Fury retire. Because if Alexander Usyk doesn't deserve the fight, then Tyson Fury just don't need to fight anybody at all. You know what I mean? Dennis Hennigan said, Malik said Wilder never recovered from the shot to the ear that dropped him in the third. Hey, man. Yeah, I didn't hear that. But he kept on fighting, dog. I like him. It's that same ear, too. It's that same dent. Pay Style said, anybody think Fury's untouchable? See Otto Violent. Exactly, man. Just let's see it. Russ Van said, where Wilder at? Is he okay? Dude, Malik's, if my understanding is the dude is at the bank. There was a sighting of Deontay Wilder going to a bank. That's what it was. That's the last known sight of Deontay Wilder. He had an envelope in his hand. He had his envelope in his hand, and he was going to drop off $40 million check to the bank. That's the last I've heard of Deontay. That's the last it was seen of Deontay Wilder, which I want y'all to remember, by the way, because that's all that's what I wanted the most for him. Because we can walk this on back to these AJ fans. Hey, AJ fans. Hey, AJ fans. How are you? Are y'all here, trolls? You know, y'all, the ones that were riding with AJ. Where's your boy AJ? Any championship belts there for AJ? No. Hey, Brandon said, you think AJ can beat Usyk in a rematch? No, I do not. Matter of fact, I think he's going to get beat up. I think he's going to get beat up worse in a rematch. I think he's going to get beat up worse in a rematch. It's less. I think he has less of a chance in that rematch than in the first. I think he's going to really get beat because I think that fight can turn into an absolute mismatch. I think Usyk may get that dude out of there early because Anthony Joshua is going to gas out, and if he goes at Usyk and it doesn't work, then Usyk can step up on him even earlier. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? But I do want to remind you of that. Oh yeah, they don't like this. Let's turn back history on y'all bums because I got a long memory. About 2 years ago, you guys were talking about how nobody knows Deontay Wilder and how Deontay Wilder's never earned more than $3 million in a fight. He can't sell out, and nobody ever watches him. All of that crap. You remember when you guys were trying to sell that nonsense, which was not true? Well, Deontay Wilder just had a trilogy, which people are saying is a legendary trilogy. That last fight, that fight is some shit that fighters get put in the Hall of Fame for losing. That type of fight. Because that man showed that amount of grit. Did Deontay Wilder get knocked down by that man and quit? Did you see him do what AJ did against Andy Ruiz and quit? I just want to know. Did you see him quit? Like AJ quit against Andy Ruiz? No, you didn't. No, you didn't. Do you know his name now? Do you think he was bad for passing? He passed up $100 million for a fight that could have been with AJ because he didn't sign with Matchroom. Matchroom ain't even putting fights on in the U.S. What happened to that? See, you guys want to argue about today, and you forget where it came from. The reason that Deontay Wilder made his own way. If it wasn't for Deontay Wilder, there was no trilogy like that. That came from Deontay Wilder saying, hey, man, we can make a lot of money together. let's make a lot of money together. And Deontay Wilder signed up for a trilogy. Signed up. And the second fight said either any way it goes, there's a third fight. Any way it goes, there's a third fight. That reason there's that trilogy is because of Deontay Wilder and his heart. Shame on y'all for all that shit y'all talk. Seriously. Shame on you for all that shit you talk. Shame on you. Because you didn't want because Deontay Wilder made it. And he made it past all that shit you guys have been talking for at least 3 solid years. Took a long time to get rid of that nobody. Took a long time to get rid of that bum, didn't it? And when he got out of there with about $100 million. Congratulations, Deontay. Man, every boxer should be so unfortunate. Now y'all want to run around and troll on the man some more. At the same time, trying to give Tyson Fury credit. Dog, Tyson Fury's career ain't over. It ain't over. Remember, it is. You sound like an idiot. He beat Luis Ortiz. What are you talking about? He beat Bermane Stiverne. What are you talking about? You sound like an idiot. How does he not have an elite win? What the fuck does that mean? An elite win. What elite win does AJ have then? What elite win? Dude, so Tyson Fury's got one elite win years ago. Does Tyson Fury have an elite win? Neither are elite. Man, get the fuck out of here. You're an idiot. Is there an elite fighter, you ask, you dummy? Who's the elite fighter then? If Tyson Fury's not an elite fighter and Deontay Wilder's not an elite fighter, who's an elite fighter? Who's an elite? Is there an elite fighter? You guys just talk right out of your asses. Who is an elite fighter then, man? I really want to know. Who is the elite fighter? And I'll wait for you to put it in there. There's no elite. He listen to Eddie Hearn. That's what it is. That dude listens to Eddie Hearn. Dog, if Deontay Wilder is not an elite fighter, there is no elite fighters. There aren't any. Just by common sense will tell you that. Because number one, if Deontay Wilder's not an elite fighter, then Tyson Fury hasn't beaten an elite fighter. Because guess what? Vladimir Klitschko was old when Tyson Fury fought him. And guess what else? Vladimir Klitschko had also been knocked out 2 times in his career before Tyson Fury fought him. And if Deontay Wilder is not elite, then Anthony Joshua is not elite because Anthony Joshua lost to Andy Ruiz. And he lost to Alexander Usyk. 2 guys who were massive. Dude, Deontay Wilder's only lost to somebody that was favored to beat him. He lost to somebody that was a heavy favorite to win. He didn't win. He didn't lose as a favorite. He lost as an underdog. Man, shame on y'all, man. Seriously, man. You guys are not boxing fans, and I'll tell you straight with that shit. You guys are not boxing fans. You guys are fanboys. That's fanboy talk right there. 100% unadulterated, straight to the cut fanboy talk that you guys are doing. You literally cannot get away with not giving Deontay Wilder his credit, man. The only whack-ass thing that you can say is that he came up with excuses for the second fight. But guess what he did? He got back in the ring with the man. He went to court to get back in with the man. And then when he got back in the ring with the man gave everything he possibly could to win the fight. He never quit. He dropped Tyson Fury 2 times. He gave himself a chance to win, and despite being a massive underdog, showed tremendous courage. You guys suck, man. Straight up, you guys suck. You dudes, that's what I'm saying. You dudes are terrible, man. You guys don't give all that crap you talk about not giving somebody credit and all that, and you won't do it. You're a hypocrite, man. Give Deontay Wilder his credit. And all that shit you talking about his fans, putting people's names in your videos and all that shit, man, grow the fuck up, man. And grow up. Straight up grow up, right? Sitting there, dude, I listen to somebody, man, this shit be, and they ain't even a bad dude. Listen to this dude talk about what great progress they making and all that. Like, man, you making all this great progress because you hating on people, man. Yes, you hating on people. You dragging other people down. Putting people's names in videos, putting people's communities in videos. Trying all these other people, this hard work that they do, that attracted a bunch of maggots. You then go put that name in your thing so you can truck a bunch of maggots and then appeal to the maggots and act like you're doing something. Man, y'all are just whack, dog. Seriously. Now, Freddie, exactly. God bless America. They all followers sound the same, but they ain't do them type of dudes don't got followers. Those are not followers, homie. I'm telling you, I got followers. I will tell you that. Because I was off my channel for a month and a half, man. And had all kind of drama around me. And came back and still had the same people supporting me, man. That's a supporter, man. That's when you got supporters. When people will support you no matter what other people say. Not when they're going to ride with you because of what you say about other people, man. And tearing down other people and trying to just throw mud on other people's names, man. That shit is just that is just bullshit. Straight up, dude. You can have disagreements with whoever you want to have disagreements with, man. But making your name by throwing mud at other people, dog, is just pussy shit, in my opinion. Straight up pussy shit. I could absolutely not stand somebody, dog. I would never do a video with their name in it. Talking about trying to juice off somebody else. You know what I'm saying? My man Charles Stevens says, salute Fannon, been a boxing fan since the 1950s. Exactly, man. That's what's up, man. Shout out, man. He said, yeah, facts, Snoop. Exactly, man. Thank you, man. I appreciate your support, man. David Brown said, you're right. Wilder deserves credit. Hard work was put in. A case was won to even get in there. Wilder fought a notorious cheater. Now I believe he should have won because that count was longer than 10. No, man. He shouldn't have won. He shouldn't have won because the dude's a better fighter, David. It's just what it is, man. I'll support Deontay Wilder in the next fight. I'll be rooting for him if he gets himself back up there and gets another title shot, man. But the better man won the fight, man. The better man won the fight. That's just what it is, man. And I'll take it. You know, Pay Style said, why is the media not putting out Fury didn't flop this time? 2 out of 3 fights, Fury had floppy gloves and hitting Wilder with the wraps. Well, they're not going to say anything about it, but it is what it is, man. Dude, cameras don't lie. That's what he did in that first fight. Cameras don't lie. That's the truth. And it didn't have to go anywhere. Nothing has changed about fight 1 and fight 2 for me. Tyson Fury in this fight won. He's the better fighter, man. It's just what it is, you know? You built your channel off of amassing racist Wilder fans and calling Fury a cheater. No, I didn't. Dumbass. I had 40,000 subscribers. Dummy. I had 30,000 subscribers before they ever fought. Dumbass. What are you talking about? I had 30,000 subscribers on this channel before Deontay Wilder ever fought Tyson Fury. What are you talking about? And by the way, Deontay Wilder videos don't even do the best on my channel, idiot. They don't. I didn't amass shit doing that. I've had steady growth since I started this channel 5 years ago talking about boxing. Thank you very much. And not talking about anybody else. If you want to say I grew my channel off of talking about boxing, though, you stupid, what am I supposed to do, dummy? It's a boxing channel. Dummy. What am I supposed to do? Grow my channel talking about ice skating or something? You grow your channel talking about boxing and boxers. Tyson Fury is a boxer. Deontay Wilder is a boxer. Errol Spence is a boxer. Terrence Crawford is a boxer. They are American boxers. I talked about American boxing. I'm supposed to talk about boxing, dummy. You're an idiot. And all that racist shit, get out of here, dog. I ain't a racist bone in my body and ain't never said nothing bad about anybody based on their race. Kick rocks, homie. But nice chewing you out. I don't mind. Thanks for giving me content. The only content, I will admit this though, I do make content talking bad about you trolls because you're idiots. I will be like, hey man, I got an hour and a half show and let me burn some time talking bad about some dummies. That I'll admit to doing. Pay Styles in that super chat said, why is it? Okay, I got that, man. Thank you very much in that super chat, man. Yeah, y'all are just idiots. I don't understand what you guys do, man. Y'all need to write your insults down ahead of time or something. You know what I mean? You can't shame me for making videos about boxers, dummy. It's called Fannon International Boxing. It's a boxing channel. I'm talking about a boxer. I'm not talking about people that talk about boxing. Okay? Unless it's a media guy who makes their living with their name talking about boxing. YouTube channels, though, man, get out of here, man. Most of these people trolling Wilder are bitter AJ fans. Now they love Fury for doing what AJ was afraid to do. Exactly. And then and a lot of them are just straight up haters. And they've been waiting. And trust me, it didn't start with Wilder. It started with, in my experience, it started with Kell Brook. That's the first time I ever experienced these dudes was Kell Brook. They didn't like Kell Brook losing. They don't like Josh Warrington losing. They don't like Carl Frampton losing. They don't like AJ getting knocked out. They don't like all of that. Dude, they don't like when Dillian White got knocked out. Dude, they don't like the fact that their boxers aren't very good, man. Straight up. And they didn't like Tyson Fury either. By the way, Julian Nadesma said the main event and the co-main on DAZN on Saturday were also fantastic. Didn't really know the fighters, but the fights were freaking exciting. Yeah, man, I didn't get a chance to see that, man, because, you know, I was prepared. I was already preparing for this shit. Ian Lucas said, Fannon, you don't have to explain anything. Your channel is one of the best. Man, I appreciate you, man. Thank you very much, dog. Thank you very much. Y'all dogs is whack-ass dudes, man. But like I said, if I'm guilty of anything, I'm guilty of putting myself in a situation to talk bad about trolls, man. GG Banks said, why do trolls keep calling Wilder fans racist? We don't talk about anything racist. They do, look, that's the race card. Because they can't call you a nigger. That's why they call you racist. All you got to do is change the word racist to nigger. And it will give you all the meaning you need to know about those dudes. It's a code switch. That's all that is. When some white dude just keeps calling you a racist 100 times, he wants to call you a nigger and he know he can't get away with it. So what he does is he calls you a racist instead, because he's the one focusing on your race. Because you're speaking high about black people, right? You're supporting black people. So you want black people doing well. That makes you a racist, right? Isn't that what they're doing? Because you're a black person speaking highly about black people, that makes you a racist. You ain't said nothing bad about white people. You ain't said nothing bad about Mexicans. You ain't said nothing bad about nobody else. All you've done is support black people and been open about supporting black people. And you're a racist. Those people just want to call you a nigger and can't get away with doing it because it's blocked, because it's a blocked word. That's what they're doing. They think that they're slick because they want to put the pressure on you because it's politically incorrect. Bro, you're fighting an endless fight. No, the fight's over when I get off of this. That ain't no endless fight. Duncan said, hey, Dave Chappelle is the real king, man. I love Dave Chappelle. No, I'm not. You're talking bullshit. Yeah, I'm talking bullshit, all right. Call me a racist again for not saying nothing bad about nobody. Call me a racist again, and we'll see the context. And when we see the context, we know what you mean. I'm just telling you, I know what you want to say. I know what you want to say, but you can't say it. Where did all the people go that used to call black people straight up monkeys and all that? Where did it go? Where did the guys go that used to put monkey emojis, that like to put monkey emojis in there? Where are they? I mean, and I'm talking to black people. Where are they? Every time last time I checked, whenever black folk got a gathering of too many of us, some of y'all come around either calling the police to break it up, or coming into the comment section to call people monkeys, this, that, and the other thing. Where are you? Where are you? I'm telling you where you are. You're there calling us racists. That's all you're doing, because that way you feel like you can hide behind that word. Get out of here, man. You're not doing anything but calling us that. Anyway, Michael Kirkland said, the Wilder loss still hurts, but I didn't see any improvement in him trying to deliver his right hand or anything. Malik Scott, I mean, well, he went to the body. I think that he went well in the beginning of the fight, but it is what it is, man. You know what I mean? Only Fannon, peace Fannon, that is the absolute fact. When they call you racist, you missed my first super chat. I'm sorry, man. My bad. Sorry, man. Pat Tarver says, speak, bro. That's what it is. I mean, dude, there's no mystery with you guys. That's what you want to do. If you could get away with calling us that, you'd be saying that shit. Because you come in here with corny shit like, I showed my picture to some girls and they said your face was busted. Get out of here, man. You know what I'm saying? My face is busted, dog. I'm what you call average. Very average, dog. I'm secure in my averageness. Dillian White. Yeah, man, what about... I went back to look, man. Look at this fit. Look. You built your channel amassing nigger Wilder fans, and calling Tyson Fury a cheat. Doesn't that fit? Doesn't it fit? Tell me that don't fit. So, change the word racist to Nigger, and it fits perfectly. Because he doesn't know if these people are racist or not. They're just Wilder fans. How do they know they're racist? And why are Wilder fans racist? Get me? It fits perfectly, dog. It fits perfectly into that sentence. And you can't tell me it doesn't. Kevin Faulkner said, like it fits like a glove, don't it? Fits like a glove. It makes more sense than the word racist does. Because that's what they're talking about. You know what I'm saying? That's what they're saying, man. That's why it's like, I'm just going to tell you to your faces that's what you're doing. And I don't mind you coming. Like I said, hey, man, give me a little something to talk about for a while. I don't mind. Anthony Miller said, if Wilder had stamina, Fury probably would have lost. Wilder was winning till the fourth round. Yeah, but Tyson Fury was taking that stamina away. He was draining him, laying on him, all of that stuff. It's tough, man. That's a lot. And throwing punches, he did have a lot of muscle weight on him, though. But look, man, we can say a lot of ifs, ands, and buts are candy and nuts, okay? That guy started boxing. Cheating does not equal racist. No, it doesn't. I never said it did. I've never called Tyson Fury a racist, ever. And you've never actually, honestly, you've never heard me call anybody in particular one, because I don't know unless they say something. You know what I mean? I just find it funny how you guys try that little 7th grade tactic of trying to supplant words. You want to say it. That's what you say pretty much. That's what you mean, obviously, from the context, because you complain about whatever black people do. Whatever black fighter that somebody supports, that's what you come say. You're a racist. You hate Canelo. You're a racist. Get out of here, dog. You just don't want to be called racist. You trying to steal because black people get called racist more than white people do. Oh, in this platform, way more often. 40th said, Fannon, I've been listening to your podcast for 3 weeks. You're all right in my book. Watch out for the haters trying to bring you down, man. Hey, man, they can't. Trust me, dog. Trust me. Haters been trying to bring me down for 5 years, man. It is what it is, dog. I don't mind. Domingo Perez said bum squad. Thanks, man. Thank you. He said it's third grade tactics, you dig? Yeah, I mean, it's what it is, man. It's what they call, like, when the government wants to have when they want to go to war and they say it's a peacekeeping message. Get the guns ready. We got a peacekeeping message. We're sending the peacekeepers in, right, with missiles, right? Yeah, you're gonna keep peace by attacking everybody. I got you. You know what I mean? Man, the game. Night Train said the game is born through racism. this is how it continues. Yeah, man. I mean, just you're not gonna get they ain't getting nothing off on that, man. Not getting nothing off on that today, man. Ron Mills said, just happy we got a classic boxing. We got a boxing classic in this day and age. Man, that was a great fight, man. I can't lie, dog. When Deontay Wilder knocked him out, man, I was through the roof. Knocked him down, dog, I was through the roof. I was absolutely through the roof, man. Absolutely through the roof. But then, hey, he didn't get him. I was like, man, back to square one. You know what I mean? Is Wilder the number 2 at present? No, I don't think. I think Alexander Usyk rightfully deserves to be ranked number 2. But for me, it's Tyson Fury, Alexander Usyk, Tyson Fury, Alexander Usyk, Deontay Wilder, Anthony Joshua, Dillian White. Then Luis Ortiz. I ain't even gonna put Dillian White there, man. Dillian White got his ass knocked out too, man. Fannon, I think Joe Goosen could do wonders for Wilder's career. I don't know, man. It's a little bit late in the game, man. That's where I am on it. It's just a little bit late in the game. You know, Deontay Wilder is who Deontay Wilder is. I'd say let Deontay Wilder just I wish he just take a couple more fights, couple easy more fights. More than likely, the biggest problem that Deontay Wilder has in his career is that he ain't beating Tyson Fury. You know, that doesn't mean he can't beat these other dudes. And I'm telling you, man, stuff goes around, man. I'm telling you, you don't be shocked, dog. Stuff changes. There ain't no crystal ball on this boxing thing at all, as we found out over the last several years. Because a couple years ago, people were saying Anthony Joshua's going to be the king of boxing for the next 15 years. That's what we were hearing 2 years ago. Didn't turn out like that. I'm telling you. Tyson Fury, you don't know. I'm telling you, do not know. And I do not believe in this stuff with it. Again, that's my guy. My guy is most definitely Andre Ward, but I'm not down with that, man. I'm like, look, man, this guy's got to fight. Like he's got nothing else to prove. None of these guys are really any challenges for. Like, nah, man, please don't do that, man, because I would really appreciate if we could see some really good fights. You know what I mean? As long as he's fighting guys, like let him fight Luis Ortiz. That's a good fight for him. Maybe he'll walk straight to at least Luis Ortiz, right? And see if Luis Ortiz is one-dimensional. Let him stick around long enough to fight Jared Anderson, you know? There's no crystal ball on this stuff, man. Odinga77 said, man, I'm done with boxing. I watched an independent fighter who was hated for not apologizing for being black, and the system destroyed him. He fought who they put in front of him for 10 title defenses. Yeah, they didn't destroy him, no. System didn't destroy him at all, man. Man, Deontay Wilder made out like a bandit. Deontay Wilder made out like a bandit. The dude bet on himself and he won. Seriously. Deontay Wilder went and I'm telling you, man, Deontay Wilder exceeded expectations massively in his career. And when Deontay Wilder, just go back to the time when Anthony Joshua beat Vladimir Klitschko, or actually after he beat Joseph Parker and he got all 3 of those belts. And you look at where Deontay Wilder went from there to today. Even in defeat, dude, I'm telling you, that man pulled in $100 million in defeat. That's what he got into boxing to do. That's what he got into boxing to do. And then last fight, all these people, they don't act like you didn't think Tyson Fury was just going to run through him. I'm running straight across the ring. I'm nasty. He won't go 10 rounds. You went 10 rounds. He ain't going to go 2 rounds. He's a dosser. Is he a dosser now? Is he a bum, man, really? I mean, be honest with yourselves. Do you really think Deontay Wilder is a bum? Is he going to go down in boxing history as a bum? Absolutely not, man. That dude put on a hell of a fight, man. And the only complaint that anybody can have about him is that he didn't shake Tyson Fury's hand in the ring. Dog, why should he have to? You know what I mean? Get this, whatever with all of that, man. I'm telling you, man, Deontay Wilder made out like a bandit, dog. And everybody should fail their way to $100 million. Seriously. Everybody should fail their way. Everybody should. Connor Lynch, man. What's going on, man? I got a good friend in Ireland named Connor Lynch, man. What's going on? Said Fannon looks like a Brazilian. Nah, Brazilian people there's a lot of black people in Brazil. Whole lot of black people in Brazilian. Are you going to say Deontay Wilder's water was spiked by Donald Trump? No, I'm not. What's next? Dummy. Anyway, man, God dog, man. Y'all just are cornballs, man. J-Rod said, agreed, Fury is a bad matchup for Wilder, but don't be shocked if a bigger, more skilled fighter beats Fury. I'm saying don't be surprised if a smaller, more skilled fighter beats Fury. Don't be surprised if a smaller guy beats Fury. Don't be surprised. Telling you, do not be surprised, man. And it ain't got to be a bigger guy. It could be a smaller guy that fights differently, man. Styles make fights is what they say, man. He said these trolls are getting dumber. Yeah, they're just not good at it. That's because honestly, man, you know, they were dumb enough to think somebody's going to sit up here and make an excuse. No need. Why? You know what I mean? Why? Why don't I just say, hey, man, good fight, Tyson Fury. And I'm going to show you right there that I'm willing to do stuff that you guys aren't willing to do. That's why I'm saying transplant that word, because that's how they behave. There's nothing that Deontay Wilder can do. Nothing. He's wrong in everything. And he's been wrong in everything for as long as we've been talking about him. Deontay Wilder's been wrong in everything that he's done. If he's knocked somebody out, he's been a bum. The guy was if he beats him, he was a bum. If he loses, he's a bum. If he gives you a good fight, he's a bum. You know what I'm saying? It's just nothing for certain people. There's nothing that they can do. Wayne Dash in the building. What's going on, man? You tell me, man. I can't tell. Anthony Miller said, can guys battle through Fury leaning his weight on him? Yes. Abs, I'm trying to tell you, man. Jared Anderson said it. Jared Anderson said when he sparred with Tyson Fury, he didn't have to worry about the weight because he was not going to let him lean on him. He's just more mobile. If a guy is mobile and has got really good endurance, is mobile, how's he going to lean on him? You know what I mean? Kenneth Johnson, much love in that super chat. He said, $100 million living in Alabama, Wilder is winning. Exactly, man. And I'm not even going to get off that, man. I ain't never feeling sorry for no dude with that much money, man. As long as he takes care of his money and all that stuff, he's got a beautiful wife, got a beautiful girlfriend, got a beautiful family. You know what I mean? He's very, very accomplished. He's going to the Hall of Fame. You can like it or you can lump it. The dude is going to the International Boxing Hall of Fame for sure. And that's off of people will know when the time comes to get that man the credit for what that man did, man. Because they got Arturo Gatti in there. And he's still got a fan base. People are still going to support him. John Sweets in the Billy said he's an amazing one-punch knockout artist, one of the best of all time. Exactly, and people are going to appreciate that, man. When the time comes, when all these type of bozos are kind of off to the side, move away, go do something else. You know what I mean? Man, Kevin Farkas said daughter's medical needs taken care of. Exactly, man. Bees said and Wilder's still in position to make more money. Well, exactly. Very well-known fighter, will sell, obviously sells tickets. All of the things that you said he could never do without Anthony Joshua. I choose to harp on the fact that that Deontay Wilder is doing just as well as Anthony Joshua is right now. They should have made that fight, dog. They should have made that fight. Because that fight gonna pop right now. Even the Tyson Fury Anthony Joshua fight. Because Anthony Joshua more than likely ain't getting past Alexander Usyk the second time. It's funny. Silo Science said, F that, shake hands ish. Everybody want kumbaya in one of the deadliest sports. Anybody who has a problem with a handshake is soft. He's just trying to find a way to complain, man. Yo, he destroyed it all with not shaking his man. Get out of here, Fury. You gouged somebody's eyes out. Shut up. I mean, man, John Fury gouged the man's eye out. Was that good sportsmanship, dude, when you gouged that man's eye out? Man, get out of here, man. I'm trying to hear that, man. Omar Weaver said, good morning, Fannon. I was disappointed in the outcome of the fight. Wilder has balanced stamina issues. Hey, man, when you got a guy that big beating on you, you get some stamina issues, man. It is what it is, though. You know what I mean? I ain't whining about it. Michael Kirkland said, if you could have gave Mike Tyson Wilder's heart, Tyson would have been the second greatest Ali. Yeah, man. It is, man. I'm telling you, Tyson Fury got some heart, too. He does, but he's just a better fighter, man. Been in the ring a lot longer, got a lot more experience. It's just, hey, man. If Tyson Fury, if Deontay Wilder would have been able to pick up boxing at 9 years old, then hey, man, he'd probably been a better fighter. But at the same time, dude, Deontay Wilder saved a lot of wear and tear on his brain, man. AZ card, stop being a fanboy. Dog, shut up. Shut up, man. What is a fanboy, man? Go away. Beat it, man. You're a fanboy. Stop. Articulate a point, homie. You know what I mean? John Sweets, Fannon was pulling Wilder's glove down with the left hand and clubbing him with the right so dirty. I mean, that's fights, though. Nah, boxers have been doing that a long time. They'll slip, punch, grabbed his head. Yeah, he's definitely a dirty fighter. But it is what it is, man. Those are tactics that are in the ring, man. When he grabbed him, pinned his head in, hit him with uppercuts. Hit him with uppercuts too. It's tough, man. Tough to do, man. Salute Fannon, smacking these dummies is equivalent of Beavis and Butthead playing chess with Professor X. Thanks. Yeah, they just suck, man. I don't know what else they can do. They're going to have to go somewhere else on that, man. You know what I mean? Anthony Mills said, John Fury claims Tyson was only 60%, so Fury is definitely the better fighter. Oh, yeah, sure, he was 60%. Okay, he's 60%. If that makes you, if he was 100% of who he was in that ring, Deontay Wilder was only 40%. How's that? Stop making excuses. Stop making excuses. Is that an excuse for him going through for him getting dropped twice? Did you guys finally find the Furies making an excuse in a win? That's an excuse. Oh, he was only 60%. That's why he got dropped twice? No, bro. He got dropped twice because Deontay Wilder is a very good fighter and he connected on that man and dropped his ass twice. That's why. But now 60% to explain why it went 11 rounds and that he's going to beat him in 2 rounds, why you weren't right about that, and why Deontay Wilder proved that he deserves credit to being at least a good fighter. I mean, how about, can you at least give him a good fighter, dog? That sounds like excuses to me. Why are you dropping excuses in a victory? Yeah, but yeah, I saw that, man. And then he broke his hand. Caesar TMG said, can't wait to see the numbers on Fury's next few fights. Oh, he's made in United States? Oh, he's made his money. It's a wrap, dog. He'll be back in front of 3,000 people, dog. If he's fighting in Vegas, he's going to be back in front of 3,000 people. There's nobody else for him to fight. That's it. It's a wrap. Ain't nobody else for him to fight. Like 3 more people. That's it. He's made his money. Him and Deontay Wilder, they made their money together. John Sweet said they hate him in the UK. He ain't even got a boxing. He don't got a boxing license in the UK. He's going to have to go. He's looking at an 8-month suspension in the UK. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is. So he said, I'm knowing. What is I'm knowing? Ron Miller said, Wilder has more title defenses than Mike Tyson, for crying out loud. Get a man credit. They're never going to do it, dog. They'll never do it because it's a group of clowns. See, I'm trying to tell you, they just want to win a YouTube argument. They're trolls. They want to win a YouTube argument, and they can't because they suck. Maybe 6,000 people instead of 3. Maybe. He doesn't have a U.S. fan base, dog. There's no real U.S. fan base for him. And because you need 2 fighters to make the fight. Canelo Alvarez can pull it because he's from Mexico. So Canelo Alvarez can fight nobody and pull in numbers because he's from Mexico. Floyd Mayweather Jr., do you know what his last pay-per-view did? the pay-per-view against Andre Berto did? I think it did somewhere around 550,000 pay-per-views. Floyd Mayweather versus Andre Berto did somewhere around maybe 500,000. Maybe was it 500,000 pay-per-views? Something like that, but it was way underneath 1 million against Andre Berto. Because when people aren't interested in your fight, they're not going to watch your pay-per-view. There's no pay-per-view. There are no pay-per-view fights left in the United States for Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury is going to have to go to ESPN Plus. That's just it. He's not pay-per-view without Deontay Wilder. Seriously. That's Deontay Wilder. That's the revenge of Deontay Wilder. That pocketbook ain't getting fat like that after this fight. It's not. Because there's no AJ fight either. There's no $100 million AJ fight for him. Because AJ lost twice. So that money's gone. There's the Alexander Usyk fight. But the Alexander Usyk fight is going to be smaller than his Vladimir Klitschko fight. It's just very unfortunate that Deontay Wilder is the key to American heavyweight boxing. And he lost. And so Deontay Wilder goes home with his money. And if Deontay Wilder has fights in the United States and gets some good wins, then maybe Deontay Wilder can build his name up here. And then somebody can hope to fight Deontay Wilder. But sorry, brother, but the money's gone. Just what it is. Now, go make a video with my name in it about that one and tell me I'm wrong about that. Tyson Fury fought four fights in the United States. 5. The last 5 fights he fought in the United States, 3 of them were pay-per-view. Right? All of them with Deontay Wilder. That's not the case with Deontay Wilder. Deontay Wilder fought 2 additional ones that did well with Luis Ortiz. So Deontay Wilder might go back to fighting on regular Showtime or go back on regular Showtime, but he's still going to have 1 million people watching him because he's got a fan base. You know, they're the guys that you guys keep calling racists. His fan base, his racist fan base. It's amazing, man, how y'all do black people, man. It's amazing. Deontay Wilder's racist fan base will be there for him. Jesus. You know what I mean? Like, God dog, man. Y'all are like the, God dog, man. Y'all, I feel like, what's his name, man? What do I think about the long count? I don't really think about it, man. You know what I mean? I don't think about it, man. I don't want to do that, man. I'm not giving them any food to talk about it. You know what I mean? I'm not. And because number one, I understand the rules. I didn't talk about the long count in the first fight. I didn't really say anything about that because it's the refs count thing. It's the refs count that counts. Right? And honestly, I think Tyson Fury could have got up a little bit earlier than he did if he would have heard the numbers. But so maybe he gave him a little bit extra you know, what do you call it? Gave him a little bit extra time to rest, but you know, I'm just not freaking out about that, man. Jeffrey Brooks said, you ever see him fight in the future again? Who? Wilder? Yeah. I don't think he's going to retire. I think he's going to come back and fight. Why not, man? He's got a name. Somebody's going to fight him. There's not that many heavyweights. I'm telling you, there's not that many heavyweights. They can only recycle the same fight so much, man. You know, he's going to get a championship. He's going to get fights quicker than Joseph Parker and Derek Chisora. You know, look, all those guys have already lost. Everybody. AJ has lost. Dillian White has lost. Joseph Parker has lost. Luis Ortiz has lost. Daniel Dubois has lost. Joe Joyce, who cares? He's going to lose soon. You know what I mean? Like, no, yeah, absolutely he will, man. You know what I mean? Oh, Jeffrey Brooks said, nah, I meant Wilder versus Fury again. No, I don't think so. I think that's a wrap. I think that's a wrap. I don't think so. I think that's a wrap. Unless there's a scenario where it could happen. The scenario where it could happen would be where Deontay Wilder gets his hands on the titles or he gets himself to a mandatory, right? And then they order the fight. At which point in time he'll have to take the fight or he'll have to drop a belt. You know, but I mean, it's just, you know, I think we've seen it 3 times. I don't know, man. Said the WBO, Derek Dunlap said the WBO champ is calling out Wilder now. Not, you talking about Usyk? I haven't heard that, man. I haven't heard it yet, but man, I'll look at it. Said these Brit clowns are overhyped because the UK finally has a decent fighter. Dawg, they ain't hyped. They not hyped. They are heavily wounded. Trust me. They are heavily wounded because they've lost all it. They lost the vast majority of their champions. They had 4 belts. They got 1. They didn't gain anything out of this fight. They had 1 heavyweight belt. A month ago, they had 4. Now they had 1. They held on to 1, and trust me, they were choking when Deontay Wilder knocked that dude down 2 times. And don't forget, Deontay Wilder almost knocked his ass out again. So all the Deontay Tyson Fury being undefeatable stuff, nah, man, kick rocks on all that, man. James Dorsey said, what up, Fannon? I think it was a good fight. Absolutely, man. It was an amazing fight. Ryan Robinson said, Fury has an amazing chin. Any other fighter would go down. He did go down. He did go down, and I don't think he's got an amazing chin. I think I think Tyson Fury's got a suspect chin. Tyson Fury got a suspect chin. That ain't going away, homie. His suspect chin is still there. That is absolutely positively there. Deontay Wilder just didn't have enough left to continue to hit him in that chin. And he hit him close. He didn't hit him all the way at the end. Anyway, Bitcoin Calculus, much love in that super chat. He said they started saying Fury is now a top 10 heavyweight all time. These folks are jokers. He's not even among the top 10. I mean, they'll say that until his ass gets beat. Trust me. Or he retire. Watch this. This is what will happen with Tyson Fury with that top 10 talk. He will be a top 10 heavyweight all time until he retires. At which point in time, they will forget about him and they'll name the next guy a top 10. Where's Vladimir Klitschko? Where's Vitaly Klitschko? They don't talk about that anymore. I'm telling you. They don't talk about him anymore. It doesn't work. And on top of it, he's got to get through his career. He's got to get through his career. He ain't all the way. He beat Deontay Wilder. And you know what they'll say? People be like, only person he ever beat was Deontay Wilder and old Vladimir Klitschko. Right? That's the line. Only person he ever beat was Deontay Wilder and an old Vladimir Klitschko. He still got more to prove. Because none of you guys gave that man any credit for being a good fighter. And since you didn't give him any credit for being a good fighter, how are you going to say he's one of the best fighters ever? You guys want to have this both ways. You want Deontay Wilder to be a bum, and you want Tyson Fury to be the greatest fighter, one of the top greatest fighters ever. You can't have it both ways, man. At a certain point in time, give Deontay Wilder's credit then. You know what I mean? If he's a top 5 fighter all time, to give Deontay Wilder's credit. Because he had to beat Deontay Wilder to get there. But according to y'all, Deontay Wilder's he's the worst heavyweight champion in history. Your logic doesn't work, man. You know what I mean? Abdullah said, don't forget Sebi Safiri. Yeah, I won't forget Sebi Safiri. Man, my man Jeffrey Brooks said Wilder has what it takes to beat Fury. He went wrong by being on the attack so early. That's why Wilder didn't have enough in his tank. It was because of the right strategy, but the wrong time. Oh, man, I think the body shots got him. I just see, man, shit. I don't know, man. I'm just going to get a man his credit. Tyson Fury is just a better fighter, man. I think it's fair to say, man. I really do think I think it's fair to say. But again, I'm telling you, don't go trying to tuck this man into the top 5, top 10 all time and all that stuff if you don't give Deontay Wilder his credit, dog. You know what I mean? Martin, do you think AJ Wilder would sell more than Fury Usyk right now? Absolutely. Absolutely. Without a doubt, 100 miles an hour, that shit would outsell it. Dog, no doubt, because Deontay Wilder, dude, I'm telling you, Deontay Wilder ain't even lost nothing in this because he's still going to go in there and knock out artists. He's still going to be like, still a knockout artist. Anthony Joshua got beat by 2 different people. Deontay Wilder lost to one guy. Tyson Fury lost to two. I mean, Anthony Joshua lost to two people, and Tyson Fury ain't got no fan base. And well, really, Usyk ain't got no fan base at all. Usyk ain't got no fan base at all, and nobody's gonna give Usyk a chance in hell. No, I'm telling you, ain't nobody gonna give Alexander Usyk gonna get in there with him, and ain't nobody gonna give Alexander Usyk a chance in hell to beat that dude. And the fight's not even coming. The fight's not even coming to the United States. That fight won't even come. Then they can't bring it to the United States. I don't even know how they're gonna make that fight. I don't know how they're gonna make that fight. I'm telling you, they're gonna try to concoct. And he's got to fight. What's his name first? Anyway, he got to fight Dillian White. He gonna find a way not to fight Dillian White though. Trust me. But look, man, let me get out of here, man. Hey, much love to everybody in the chat. Everybody in the super chat, man. Thanks for coming around. We'll check you guys out tomorrow morning on the chat. Thank you guys. And this was a lot fewer haters than there was last week. So I appreciate your continued support. Salute to y'all. And with that, I'm out. Deuces.